Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Prehistoric Bimbos and Armageddon City from 1992. It's the 31st film in the 50 Decrepit Crypt of Nightmares collection, is directed by Todd Sheets, and stars Derek Bernier and Holly Starr. In case the director's name sounds familiar, yes, Todd Sheets has directed one of the earlier films from this 50 Decrepit Crypt of Nightmares collection. It was called Nightmare Asylum, and it was a real mess. It was also the year after he released this film, and yet, for a year's opportunity of change and growth, I think he actually did a worse job with Nightmare Asylum than Prehistoric Bimbos and Armageddon City. Much worse. Let's start with the good, which is difficult to say with a straight face because this should not be confused with a good movie. It most definitely isn't, but it has some redeemable parts. It was made in 1992 according to the copyright and the timing of a very specific xenomorph joke, but it was a meta movie before meta movies were really a thing. There are several fourth wall breaks that are funny enough, and there aren't too many of them as to make the movie feel bogged down with the same joke over and over. They're each introduced with the camera panning in on a character that looks into the lens and speaks directly to the audience, so the fourth wall breaks could have used a little variety, but I still appreciate them. And overall, the movie has a schlocky tone that I like because if I focus on it being a serious attempt, then I just groan annoyingly. Now the bad, which outweighs the good. The script is terrible in the non-fourth wall break sequences because it's just a bunch of characters running around and then stopping as a group to have a quick conversation, then it's back to running around again. And speaking of conversations, during them I have no idea what people are saying most of the time because the audio was recorded by the in-camera mic and the actors were speaking in the opposite direction a lot. The movie's called Prehistoric Bimbos and Armageddon City, but the Bimbos, which is just a term for the mostly female resistance in the far future, don't even get into Armageddon City until halfway through the film, and then the last 15 minutes they're rather inconsequential as the focus is on the, at times humorous, fight between the main villains. And speaking of the fights, they're all terribly choreographed, and worse, they look like they were rehearsed maybe once before they decided they were good enough to shoot. Also, the guy playing the Thatch villain looks and sounds a whole lot like the most unintelligible part of Nightmare Asylum, so that rubbed me raw seeing and hearing him again. I've got more, but I'm fast running out of time for this review, so I'll give this a C- for its thankfully schlockier parts, and tomorrow we go back to the Batman-a-thon with 2022's film The Batman. See y'all then.